This video is proudly sponsored by DigimonCard.io for all your Digimon card, deck building, deck list, card pricing, and discussion needs. Hey everyone, Egman here with another video. Today we're going to talk about the Core TCG Webcam Regional that happened this past weekend. This is a really cool event. It's 370 players on Webcam. It is the last big BT4 tournament that I know of, and it's the first of the official Bandai Webcam Regionals with invites to the Nationals at the end of the year, so really cool there. So all these players did get their national invites going forward. And yeah, it was a really, really fun event. I really do appreciate Core not only hosting it, but I was the commentator for the entire stream. It was a lot of fun. And yeah, just really good send off for BT4 in general. Also, if you guys want this spreadsheet, it is going to be the description of the video if you just want to care about the list in general, where we are going to talk about it. And also, since this is the last BT4 tournament for just for tournament legal, BT5 is coming out already. It's already out. So instead of just kind of going over the list in general, how they are, I'm going to kind of more do just my opinion how this list, the list will be changing, or, how the list that I'm looking at will look in a BT5 meta, if there's going to be any changes, or if it's going to be the same, or if it's going to be outclassed by something else, that kind of idea. So just to give you a little bit more of an oomph if you need it, but if you just want the deck list, they're going to be there in the description as well. Real quick, we're looking at the archetype breakdown. We've got 9 yellow War Greymon, and I think that's just epitome of how good the deck is. Honestly, for me, if a deck makes over half of a top 16, that's kind of where I think it's kind of starting to approach a tier 0 strategy. And just in general, I think Yellow War Grey is easily the best deck in the format, and even though it didn't win, it's just so good at what it does. And honestly, I don't think the yellow kind of playstyle that it has is going anywhere, BT5 either. We also had 2 green OTK list, a 2 blue Imperial Dramon list, a yellow red security control that ended up winning the entire tournament, a green control deck, and then a blue green rookie rush. Also, I will say the green control list, Alex specifically said he did not want his list on this breakdown. I'm not sure if they just if they're making their own video or something, so if they are, I'll make sure to link it here and you guys can watch their breakdown and their list in general. So if that ends up popping up, we'll do that. But in general, like we normally do, we're going to take one list from each one of these, and we're just going to go down the line and just talk about how good, what the list look like, and then also what they're going to look like probably BT5. So first, we've got Kevin Besta's yellow red security control. This is a list that has been around for a while. It's kind of like in general, we've been looking at it and seeing that people have been trying to play this and ever since BT3 really. And so BT4, you got some new tools such as Lucemon's really good, and then also Chaosmon, and just having like a good level 7 to go into. I think Chaosmon is really, really great. Blade of the True I've seen is just like a new tech option people have been running. Just the card draw is really very helpful as well. And you have a splash of red. Gaia's Force is really good. Plasma Strike is good. Shield of the Just is good. In general, just a really strong deck and has a lot of things going for it. And so I think in general, this kind of idea can still work. We still have more or less the same cards coming around for it. And the core for like the yellow-red version, I think would be mostly the same. If you don't like Mistymon, I know Nightmon is more or less the same card. You just hardcast to give something minus 4k, which can be really helpful, or something that you'd want. Additionally, we do have some new cards for yellow and red for control variants, and just more security control deck cards as well. Like we got Zwart Defeat, which plays itself, which is really nice. You get a level 7 out for free, and then it has like a good on deletion skill, so I can see that being really helpful. You can even make it like a purple yellow deck if you need it to. We also have more Gaia Forces. We have Transcendent Sword that is essentially a Gaia Force for what it does, so that can be like more option cards to run security and more reason to lean more redward. I don't think security control is going anywhere anytime soon. I think you can mess around with the colors a little bit now. I think there's more than just kind of yellow and red, and if you don't want to use yellow, you can maybe stick to like maybe red purple. I don't know. There's a lot of options for it, but I think this is a strong list. Definitely a strong pilot for it as well, and I don't think security control is going anywhere in BT5 either. Looking at second place, we do have Junior Chala's Green OTK. I don't know if this deck's going to... I think the deck's strong right now, right? I think this is probably the second best deck in the archetype in the series right now. And honestly, the only thing I can think of is that I'm worried that green's going to kind of fall by the wayside next set. Nothing that came out of this BT5 is really flashy. And I don't really see many cards getting subbed in for this archetype in general. Maybe a couple, and there's like a lot of like Digiburst or like Digisorption support, but that's kind of more for like value instead of just being like a really aggressive OTK deck. So I don't know. I think this list is strong. I think it's great for the format that we're in, but I'm not sure how it's going to keep up with the BT5. And I think this will still be played and people will still play it. I don't think there's going to be a lot of cards from BT5 that will be entering this deck, but I think there will be some things coming up for it. So we'll see. I don't know. I've messed with green a little bit, but there's just nothing really exciting that I saw that I wanted to try out and play. I don't know. It just felt like it was a little bit lacking. And since, this archetype is like a little bit of Digisorption and a little bit of Digiburst, but not like leaning strictly one or the other, it's kind of hard to get that support you need. I mean, obviously you can have it more Digiburst theme because, the main combo is with Digiburst, but I guess we'll kind of see what's going on. We also do have the new Tamer. I think Mimi's still better in general, but if you are swinging, then you can go into a level 6, and that can be kind of good, but you do need this to be like a main Digiburst to get the effects for it, so I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I think this list will probably stay more or less the same. It will probably be a little bit lower than where it's at, but I think it's still going to be kind of moderately playable next set. Next up, we do have Mario's Yellow War Greymon. Obviously, if you don't know, I just picked the highest placing of every archetype. There's obviously 8 other War Greymons to look at, but honestly, this is more or less the standard package, and it has like pretty much all the tools you want to run at different levels. Like 1 Lotmon for the spice of it. Only 3 War Greymons, which mostly because you're also running 2 Aandroidd and 2 Magnadramons, which are both very good utility level 6s, and then going into Chaosmon as well. So I think it's funny, running it's War Grey, but you only have 3 War Greys. But when I was watching his matches and commentating over them, I'm like, man, he's running a lot of these other level 6s. It'd be really costly to have 4 War Greys. I would wonder if you moved it down to 3, and that's exactly what he did. So I think that makes sense to me. And obviously you have a lot of variants for what your plays are. You have 1 Lucemon if you need it. You've got your Blinding Rays at 3, and just everything else. I think this is just a strong list at what it does. Also, 4 Aandroidd, 3 War Growl, and 2 Aandroidd. Just being able to get a lot of recovery, and that's kind of like what this deck did. And I saw that obviously War Grey takes its own security very liberally to get some effects off, but this one is really good at recovering at what it does. And I think Yellow War Grey will still be played if you want, but obviously the new boss for Yellow is Lord Nightmon, and geez, if like War Grey is great because you're able to get some field control by popping your opponent's cards, and like you get some card advantage and you can start proccing your own things. But man, Aandroidd with Lord Nightmon is just busted. Being able to play 2 cards for swinging anyways. One of them's a level 5 that also gives something -4. That's pretty crazy. So you already get like a War Greymon effect essentially. And it also gives itself a boost. So like War Greymon, like the biggest counter for it, and we kept seeing this happen, is that just swing in and you get like a Chaosmon security, it dies, right? Lord Nightmon just has like so much power boost just depending on how many other Digimon you have on the board. So if you're swinging in and you get to play 2 more, it's already a 13k, and then anything else you have is bonus. So I think it's going to be honestly a little bit of a problem. We also have like Starmons, and I'm going to say that Yellow has like just the best rookies in the game. They just have so many, like Pulsemon is so good, Bushiagamon is so good, Salamon's so good. Like we have a rookie that recovers you, a rookie with Rush. We have a rookie that can gain you memory or card draw that you can play around. All of it's just so busted, and I think Yellow's going to just stay at the same spot. And honestly, I hope something gets addressed in the next couple of weeks with it. It's such a strong deck moving forward, and I don't think it's going to be going anywhere. Next up, we've got we're looking at both we're going to look at both Blue and Imperial Dramons. Honestly, I know I usually only do one, but here we go. We have Jose Hurley's Blue Imperial Dramon, which is a really normal list. He told me he had some spice, and he does. He have one Nidhoggmon, which I think is really fun. That's a really cool attack just to, if you go from Dino B into Nidhogg. I'm not sure if it saved him at all. I can't remember what he said, but that's like a cute little tech moving forward. And honestly, I don't think Imperial Dramon's like going anywhere either. You just, a couple extra tools. Obviously, you trade Grizzlymon out for the new Colimon as well. Both playing with Omnimons as well. Like this, I mean, if anything, this Omnimon turns into the Blitz Omnimon, which means you just get one more free swing, which can just win you the game on the spot as well. So that's going to be just very powerful for the deck. Obviously, like it's a 14k in security if you need it. And just the idea of like a big jamming archetype, I think is very strong, and helps if security control is a big menace. Though this obviously is can get hard countered by it depending on what's in that security. But if you do like this kind of like blue mid range deck, I think it can really exist. And Ancient Garurumon I think is kind of in the same spot, even though it didn't finish. It has kind of like the same idea going with it. And I think both these lists are strong, and obviously both these lists are pretty cheap too. I think Omnimon's like the most expensive card in there, but I think Blitz Omnimon is cheaper and better for the list anyways. And you can make if you're looking for just like a mid-range deck that's mildly cheap just to get you into the game, I think Blue Imperial Dramon is still going to be good. It still has stuff going for it, and I also know it's getting like some alternative support in the expansion set. I haven't really that's like 2 sets away, so I haven't deep dive into it, but I know there's more Imperial Dramon stuff, and that's something also you can look into for that as well. Going on to 11th place, we've got Rookie Rush, which we've been seeing since set 1, and honestly I think Rookie Rush is not in a great position right now. I think BT4 has just like Yellow War Grey just does such a good job against it, because it has, it can be either aggressive or it can be defensive and just get a lot of blockers out and recovery. But I think Rookie Rush is going to... I've seen some yellow-green builds for it. Yellow just has so many good rookies, and that's what I said with Yellow or Gray, to a point where you could really make a yellow-blue, yellow-green, whatever really makes sense, kind of Rookie Rush deck put together. So I think it might be leaning towards that. And honestly, some of like the big broken tools like Puppetmon or like, Positron Laser, both these cards kind of have outs for a lot of decks, moving forward too, and so they're not as powerful as they used to be, and you just, give your opponent a lot of memory for them just to be able to out it. Just feels really bad. But I think, Rookie Rush is obviously like probably one of the cheapest decks for you to play if you just want to play this game in general. And I think that we'll see some new variants coming out. We do also have the new Tamer that whenever a rookie swings, you lose a memory. So there is like some anti-Rookie Rush tools coming out. I'm not sure how good they're going to be, but they do exist. And I think it's I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I think Rookie Rush is in a spot where I don't play against it enough, and so I'm not upset. But we'll kind of see how it kind of fleshes out in the next set. I think there's going to be some new variants of it, but we'll see, honestly, how relevant they are. But that's going to be it for this video. I hope you guys got something from it and enjoy it. Once again, shout outs to Core for not only hosting the tournament, but letting me commentate for them and make this video for you guys to get the info and get that out there. Obviously, once again, this is the last BT4 tournament, and so I'm excited for BT5, and I hope you guys are as well. We do have some more regional events coming up in the next couple of weeks, and I should be playing in a couple of them, and I'm freaking out on what to play, but I know I'll get there. But that's going to be it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you all next time.